YouTube, we're back at it with, oh my lord, gotta love the wheelie pop. YouTube, we're back at it with a brand new video. Today's video is going to be on the MXGP of France that just dropped on Monday, May 1st. We were actually supposed to have a race on this. However, the server manager kind of got messed up, so we actually have to push it back until Tuesday. So we went live for it, but unfortunately, no racing happened. So that's why you guys are seeing a video of this today. I have been riding this track, I would say, for a good 3 hours now. Between the Suzuki and Yamaha. The Suzuki, I don't know what it is. I just don't know what it is. It is very, very bouncy. I gotta figure out the suspension. As I was just saying in my last video, I thought the Suzuki was going to be fine. I just did a race, like a 6-minute race on this track, on the Suzuki. Fortunately, someone was just trying to take me out constantly, so that footage is just chalked, unfortunately. When we were racing, I was finding the flow a little bit. Hot laps, I am not a hot lap guy, and this bike is not a hot lap bike, bro. I'm just telling you straight up, I was struggling. I'll put the link of the video for the live stream. Bro, you guys can watch me just struggle nonstop. And like I said, I've been riding this for like 3 hours on and off on the Suzuki and YZ. You guys can kind of see the YZ in front of me is my fast lap. And that was a 144 flat. I think I actually got it down to a 143 at one point. And the Suzuki, I can only get a 145. There's certain areas where I just can't push, and the YZ just feels so much better. I was saying this on stream. I think the Suzuki and Gas and maybe any other bike would be viable on a TFC track. Don't quote me, but I was racing the TFC tracks all night last night, honestly, as well as a couple nights ago on the Suzuki, and I felt really, really comfortable. I felt really, really solid. But then when I hopped onto this, I just can't go straight. Like, I can go straight, obviously, but I felt like I was just constantly making tiny mistakes here and there, and my back end would swap, and I would just have no stability compared to the TFC tracks I was just racing on, and I felt perfectly fine. And I think I found the reason for that. I really do think I found the reason for that. And I think it's because TSC tracks are not as rough as JFVs. Suzuki OEM, especially, and maybe the Gas OEM, are not viable on anything other than like TFC tracks or like stock tracks or just like tracks made for not a series. For like a series purpose, I think you have to rock the best bike. We're going to still try, like, that corner right here might be the, like, what is that middle line, dude? I don't know. We're going to still try the Suzuki. We're going to try our hardest tomorrow, or I guess today when you guys watch this video. We're going to try our hardest to qualify on the Suzuki. I don't know how well it's going to go. We were trying to do hot laps earlier, and my fastest was a 145. That's like the cutoff, and I know I can run faster than that. So I'm going to have to really put my head down and maybe practice again a little bit more tonight. I know some lines that I need to pick up on too, especially like this triple over. I definitely need to hit that for a fast lap. And I can't case this. I have to hit this perfect. Otherwise, it's kind of chalk my lap as well. But like I said, I think the roughness just gets to these OEMs. I don't know what it is. They don't feel stable. They don't feel comfortable. And I think that's why you see a lot of guys not rocking any of these bikes. One of the reasons why. I mean, obviously, the YZ is just the best bike in the game. But it's also very, very easy to ride and stable on massive braking bumps, which TSC doesn't really have compared to JV. If we can get a hot lap out of the way, and if we can qualify for the race, which I think we possibly can, the racing in general would be way different. The racing will be so much different. My boy Briggs was telling me that even in the race for his race, the track rode so much different than what he was trying to qualify for, because you have to take so many different lines. And I think that kind of plays into our benefit to a degree. That also helps us out where we don't have to always go like the same speed as qualifying, if that makes any sense. We'll actually be able to just ride our race and try to just put consistent laps down compared to putting fast laps down. I don't think it helps that this track goes so many different elevations for this bike particularly, like that. What was that? I have no idea how that even happens right there. But as I was saying a little bit earlier, I was racing this and I felt fine when I was finding my groove. There's always going to be the Poboso bounce. And honestly, I felt fine too on the gas for a couple laps, and then you would get the Poboso bounce. You just don't get that on the YZ, dude. You just don't get those random things, and you can push so much harder. I'm hoping that I can find the groove for the qualifying and find a good lap. My boy Atake was saying he was in the 41s on a freaking 250. Bro, I can't even get down to the 43s on a 450. On the Suzuki, I can't even get down to a 44. I got to a 43 on the YZ, and that was like one of my last laps. There's some additional lines that I got to take. Like that corner that I just went through, I need to go into the middle. And I need to take this middle line as well. I think those are a little bit more fast a little bit more faster, a little bit faster, just because you keep your momentum a little bit better. I'm still torn on what to do on this section, this little downhill tight section. This is where I was saying in my previous video, it was just chalked, bro. It's even more chalk when you ride it. Like I said, don't be surprised if you see me on a Yamaha tomorrow, because I don't know if I can consistently put down laps. I asked the boy Wes if I could qualify on a different bike and then race on a different bike. He said yes, so we might qualify on the YZ and then race the Suzuki, just so we get a lap down that we know that we're in the race. I know it's going to be way different racing the Suzuki compared to the YZ, but I still feel that we can do really good. At least better than the gas, maybe even the same as the gas. I really want to diversify just which bike we race each week. I've been saying this, but I think it's good. Also, you just have the opportunity to make more content, and like instead of just racing the YZ constantly. Next week we have a couple bikes that we have to choose from. A couple people in the stream actually mentioned that we should try the Kawasaki again. I said I would try it for a GP race. That was just a skill issue. My front tire was in the rut. I said I would try the Kawasaki for a GP race, and he said skill suspension on it. It was actually Chimchen. He said skill suspension on it would be really, really good. Maybe we try out the Kawasaki for a GP. I don't know how well it's going to go. I want to at least try every bike. I know YZs are going to be the best. I've been saying this for videos now, but I really do think if we can get into the race, we can ride consistently and just put down laps for 30 minutes. Will it be fast laps? Probably not. Will it be the high 50s? Like 150s? Probably. As I said in the previous video, Wes wants to make it a rain race. I don't know how well it's going to do on frames. I asked my boy Mix, see if what he thought, and he said it was pretty bad. I asked my boy Nub, and he said it was pretty bad. So probably put on the rain now to see what it's like for the frames. But that's also not in determining like 30 other riders too, or 29 other riders. Because let's be real, when you get more riders and the rain, your PC is just working overtime. You know what I mean? What do you guys think about this track? Do you guys like this track? My boy Davey, also a Phoenix Suns fan, shout out to the boy. He said this might be his favorite track. I don't know if I agree with him. Or maybe because I don't like it because I'm on the Suzuki. Let me know what you guys think about this track if you guys have raced it. One thing I like about this track though, for sure, one thing I like about this track is how we put the puddles in the track. Like right there, you see the puddles? I really actually like that. It gives it some like texture, more feel of like, okay, you're racing like an outdoor track, because you don't really get like the muddiness or anything. So I think it's really cool that he added that. Like I've said this in previous tracks for JV. He puts up barriers. I don't know. Yeah, right here, watch. Puts up a barrier right here so you don't fall off the hill, which I think, I lied. Oh yeah, right there, look at it. He puts up a barrier so you don't fall off the hill, which I think is very, very important. Let's see how far this barrier goes. Yeah, see? Like, I think that's so clean and such a good idea. It helps out with your bike not going all the way down the hill and then you have to reset your bike or try to make it up the hill. I think it just helps out a lot for racing. If you guys watched any of the EU race of this, how did you guys like it? Did you guys think the track was good? Was a lot of people just like gapping each other, or like the top guys just gapping? I looked at the times. Linz and Hurls ran 2 seconds faster than Boardman as a qualifying lap, but that was like a 136. They both ran 136s. And Boardman ran a 138. I don't think they were running 136s in the race though, right? Were they running? If they were running 136s in the race, those guys are madmen. I'm assuming they're quadding up that too. Kind of hard to do it on the Suzuki. I've tried it, cased it a couple times. I got it once on the YZ. I feel you can definitely make up time in this like area. Like definitely going down the uphill and up the uphill. You could definitely make up time in certain areas. Okay, 144. I wasn't even trying that hard and I got a 144. This Suzuki might work. Last night, after I got done recording and editing and everything, I legit played Dead Island 2 from like 8 p.m. to midnight, bro. I tried my hardest to get as much of the game done as possible, and I didn't even realize what time it was. I've really been enjoying the video game. I really have been. And I feel like the videos have been really, really good as well. Like I really, really enjoy editing them. And looking back at what I was doing and like looking back at, oh, that was a funny moment. Oh, that was a good moment. You know what I mean? I think it just makes for good videos. And if you guys have watched them, please let me know what you guys think. Like, I'm gonna maybe stop promoting it so much on this channel, but I really want you guys to just see a different side of me per se and not just motocross. I want to show you guys that hey, I enjoy other things as well. Like for example, my boy Mix, he actually got me into this guy named Dustin Williams YouTube channel. He makes vlogs, makes car vlogs, but he actually went on a vacation to Japan. and he vlogged the whole thing. It was so interesting to watch it, and I actually really enjoyed it, and it makes me want to go to Japan. It makes me want to travel and view different things. I don't know if I would be able to blog it because I'm a shy person in public, dude. So I don't know how he was able to do it constantly, but I really would love to go travel the world and see what other things are there instead of just staying in Arizona. I mean, I've been around the United States for motocross and stuff, but I would love to go overseas and try to experience that. I know I said in my last video that I'm excited to try this. I'm more scared now than anything, honestly, to try this Suzuki tomorrow. I think we can get a good solid lap, but a lot of people are probably going to be practicing this nonstop. So we got to maybe do that as well. Maybe just continue trying to get some hot laps, try to get some consistent laps going and go from there. But I was more excited to try yesterday than I am now, man. I'll tell you that. But hope you guys enjoyed this little video rambling on just about different things about the track, about traveling, stuff like that. I hope you guys enjoy it. But I appreciate you guys for real. Thank you guys so much for the love. We'll catch you guys back here in the next video. Thank you guys. I'm out. Peace.